So we attack with everything, right? And then we can skeletal or Mihawk Massacre what's left. Think we're good? Oof, it was close. That was close. Could have ended up being very ugly. Oh man! Ouch! Greetings, all my happy friends. Welcome back to the MTG Struggle Bus, where I continue to struggle more. So hopefully you guys are struggling a little less in both deck building and gameplay. We're at it again, and we're back with Hallowed Haunting. I was looking at my analytics, and it looks like you guys definitely enjoyed decks that circled around this card. So we're at it again, this time going with an Abzan build. So we can play another one of our favorite cards. I just mashed all the cards you guys like to see and put them together in a deck. Hallowed Haunting is a 2 white enchantment. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. So that's a good game ender there. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. So as you can tell, so we're kind of capitalize on the it's a little awkward just a scotch because the spirits want to see other spirits versus Hallowed Haunting wants to see other enchantments, but they do somewhat at the same time kind of feed themselves. So we're kind of playing on both sides of the coin in this deck. Starting our top end, we're running enchantments that are win cons. First off, we're running 2 Glorious Sunrises. This is an enchantment for 3 green. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you can choose one. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. We may use that one for some time occasionally. Target land gains tap, add 3 green until end of turn. Rarely ever use this. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater. Oh yeah, there's the moneymaker for us. And then should we be behind and nothing else to do for the turn, you can gain 3 life. Then another win con that we're running, and once again one of your guys' favorites, is Skeletal Swarming. I like the card too, not gonna lie. It is an enchantment for 3 black-green. Each skeleton you control has trample, attacks each combat if able, and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of other skeletons you control. At the beginning of your end step, create and tapped 1/1 black skeleton creature token. If a creature died this turn, create 2 of those tokens instead. So no skeleton synergies in this deck this time. We're mainly using this as its own independent win con because it could snowball out of hand. If our opponent doesn't block, it works great in multiples because the +X/+0 amplifies. But yeah, it's an enchantment that triggers our Hallowed Haunting, it fuels our other spirits, and it could potentially win the game on its own. Our only 4 is Hallowed Haunting because I tried to once again keep the deck pretty low to the ground. Now, 3 drops. Moneymaker, Katilda, Dawnhart Martyr, another card that you guys liked. So yeah, I literally just took, all these videos are getting views, slam them in a deck together. Katilda Dawnhart Martyr is a double face card. She is star, and she is a spirit warlock. For 1 white, you get a flying lifelink protection from vampires, spirit warlock. Katilda, Dawnhart Martyr, power and toughness are each equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So Katilda is one of the few cards in the deck that capitalizes from both the enchantments we play and the spirits, which is pretty much everything in the deck. She is one of our key linchpins in making this deck win. Her flip side is she becomes an aura that you can cast for 3 white, and then she gives flying lifelink and protection from vampires, as well as her +X/+X ability to whatever creature she enchants. So she's another way. A great combo is to slap this on one of the spirits, because then the spirits are getting like amplified as well. It's a very solid combo. We're running 4 Faithbound Judges as a way as an anti-aggro / control / enchantment. Blah blah blah. So he's a spirit on the daybound side and an aura or enchantment on the nightbound side. You get a 4/4 spirit soldier for 1 white. It has defender, which is unfortunate, but 4/4 on turn 3 is very difficult for our opponents to deal with. And it has flying and vigilance, so it does a really good job of holding on the ground for us. And honestly, some of the games he really did start to get to attack. I'll show you how. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Faithbound Judge has 2 or fewer judgment counters on it, put a +1 or put a judgment counter on it. As long as Faithbound Judge has 3 or more judgment counters on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. So there you have it. But once again, it's a way to trigger our Hallowed Haunting as well as gum up the board early. Disturbed is 5 white, so quite expensive, but enchant a player. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a judgment counter on Sinner's Judgment. Then, if there are 3 or more judgment counters on it, enchanted player loses the game. So, fun part about this is, once again, another win con. So we essentially have like 4 cards that could be independent win cons in this deck. That's why I like it. We're running removal package is everything, just about everything else. 4 borrowed times is an enchantment for 2 white. Borrowed time enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent, and opponent controls until borrowed time leaves the battlefield. So the exile effect is very strong right now, where we are playing in a world with all kinds of reanimation strategies and things like that. And once again, it triggers. We're playing black not only for Skeletal Swarming, but the Meathook Massacre, which happens to be a legendary enchantment for X black. When the Meathook Massacre enters the battlefield, each creature gets -6/-X until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life. Running our 2-drop, which is once again Spirit on one side, enchantment on the other, is Drogskull Infantry. It is a 2/2 Spirit Soldier for 1 white, and then Disturbed, 3 and a white. And it becomes simply a +2/+2 aura. Once again, not super amazing, but I wanted to get on the board early to gum up and not give our opponent free reign to hit us. And it kind of fits both sides, right? If you play it just as the 2/2, it will pump your other spirits. And if it happens to die early, you can bring it back as an enchantment later. And let me tell you, throwing this on something like a Faithbound Judge or a Katilda really pays the bills. We're running 4 Circle of Confinement. This is a 1 white enchantment. When Circle of Confinement enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until Circle of Confinement leaves the battlefield. Whenever an opponent casts a vampire spell with the same name as a card exiled with Circle of Confinement, you gain 2 life. Cheap removal, that's all it's looking for, and it triggers Hallowed, but don't be afraid to play it on turn 2 when you need to. And now, kind of the flex slot in the deck is Candle Trap. This is another cheap removal. I wanted to make sure we just didn't get run over by mono green and mono white. So I'm running a 1 mana enchantment that is removal for all intents and purposes. Really, there is the mono black that has Deadly Dispute is one of the bigger ways to like lose this card, right? And that's why I'm only running 2 instead of a full play set. But I do think it's worth playing. It comes in handy. But this can easily be a board wipe. If you want to put in like 2 Doom Scars, I think that's fine. If you want to put in 2 of the, I always forget the name of it, but the Absent card, the Coffin Absence or whatever. You 1 white, you know, exile something at instant speed. You can put that in there as well. But Candle Trap is an enchantment aura for a white enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has Defender, so it can still block, it just can't attack. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. Coven for 2 and a white, sacrifice Candle Trap. Exile enchanted creature, activate only if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. And then the power base, the mana base, really it's kind of what I had, if I'm being completely transparent. 4 overgrown farmlands, 1 branch loft pathway, 4 deathcap glades, 3 dark boar pathways, 4 shattered sanctums, bright climb pathway, 1 forest, 2 swamps, and 5 plains. And you can put any combination of dual lands you want in here, as well as any occasional creature lands if you want. I do feel like this deck was missing some creature land action sometimes, but overall, the fact that the deck really wants double white early and then double green we could really wait on. Double black is kind of important, is how I kind of hedged my mana base, but you guys can adjust it how you want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the deck. So without further ado, let's see how enchanting this deck really is. All right, so we're missing black, but we literally have 2/2 through 3, so I feel like this is a keep. Okay, I'm gonna wait. All right, hey. Let's play our infantry. I want to keep our removal for like more utility creatures versus this guy, we will easily just block here. There we go. Let's see if they attack. Hopefully they do. That'd be nice. They do not. Fair enough. Let's go here, and I think we just run the risk of being mana inefficient so they don't get any additional counters. We get punished if they have Apparition here, I guess. Right? Versus they're looking at it right now. I mean, but it's just one of the risks, the price you pay, right? I think they would have taken anything from us. Fair enough. Fair enough, opponent. Masker for 2 good enough here. I think we play here at the and run the risk of them like maybe putting the counter on the Apparition, right? I don't think they do. They probably just put it on the Monk, but worst case scenario here, they hit us with the okay, Adversary's fine. We could deal with that actually. So they put the counter on the Apparition, right? So we block 4, right? Because when we kill this next turn, we -3 everything, right? And then they're going to lose the +1 from this guy and die. So sure. I think that worked out in our favor. I really do. For 3, and it should work the way I think it does. Yes, yes. We'll probably hold on the infantry for when we get one of our Hallowed Hauntings, right? Out of line, alright. Do we exile her? It's kind of tempting, right? We can block her and win. Do we show restraint here? Can also fire off the infantry to make it to where infantry can block their Faceless Havens. I mean, yeah. Let's do that. Pulling all our eggs in one basket, but we have enough mana. Smart, okay. Cool. So we'll just fire this off for 4 is a little bit of a problem. So I guess we could just fire it off for 1, and then we can also just exile. They could attack. We'll just chump block. Yep, fair. Fair opponent. Block. Block, keep our life total high because we're probably going to wipe the board anyways. So let's see here. Trigger, trigger. How greedy do we want to get with this? Second borrow time. Alright, let's go to combat first. Yeah, I'm actually glad we did that, honestly. So, I'm going to get a little greedy with this meat hook. Take out the out-of-line. Because if they fire up a Haven to try to just put a counter on it, that means they don't do anything on their turn, and I like that. We have the meat hook for, like, even if they hit us with the elite spellcaster, right, we still can play it for, like, 2 or 3, and our opponent scoops it up. Yes! Alright, we're going first, and we don't have a 2, but we have 3, 4, 5, so I think we can keep this. Playing Katilda as a 1/1 isn't my favorite thing to do, but, you know, sometimes you gotta pay the piper, right? Yeah. We'll still be able to double white on turn 3, thankfully. We actually have all our colors now. Duress. That's unfortunate. Took the Swarming. Interesting. Interesting opponent. Interesting. So, I mean... Alright, blue-black. So... Question is, do we play around the... snare here, right? We could still play Haunting. Yeah, let's do it. If they snare this, okay, cool. Or interruption, I'm sorry. Disruption, I'm sorry. Because chances are they're probably going to bounce our Haunting. Oh, okay, fair enough. Double Duress. So this is the Leer deck. Oof. Better lucky than good, my friends. Better lucky than good. You know, our opponent's slightly tilted about that. I know I do. Whenever I, like, make my opponent discard something and they immediately draw it afterwards. I mean, this could have really put us ahead. Double Hallowed Haunting is very difficult for people to get ahead of. Fair enough. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Let's see. Green, green. So let's just go with another white. And then they know we have the meat hook is my issue, right? Question, I think I just play it for 0. I guess the only thing that really punishes us is if they're running Witch, right? Sedgemoor Witch. If they played her there, I would have felt a little bad because that is preventative. So, do we want to play around them having the do we want to play around them having the bounce, right? The Fading Hope. We pretty much kind of meet even 0, right? Fair enough, they do have it. Fair enough. Why would they not have it, right? I think it was worth a shot. Celestis. Maybe we should have waited. We have 1 card in hand, right? One, two, three, four, five, six. So the good news is if they do decide to kill a judge, we can bring it back. Granted, they have bounce, so we need to make sure we're in a position to play Candle Trap, which we will be. No, they're going to be the same power. That's going to be a little awkward. Okay. Can we get a land off the top? Land off the top will not be horrible. We can... That's unfortunate. I think that's all we can do for the time being. I played it really fast because I was thinking it could exile the Celestis, but it can't. It's only a creature. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. Alright, no attacks. Probably means we're just dead. Maybe not, actually. We might be able to race this. I say that because we can Candle Trap, and if they choose to bounce the Candle Trap, we could just play it again, right? For 1. And then it keeps making us blockers. So we may be okay. Maybe. So you have access to 3 mana. I think we take this hit. And we actually want them to bounce in that, I think about it. Alright, let's see. So does this... Whoa, make sure it taps correctly. So green, blue, white, white. And we still have 2 white spells. Oh, this could get out of hand for our opponent. Trigger, trigger. Okay, alright. See, we still have another white. Let's get in there for 4. Ooh. So they're going to get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They get to bounce at least one thing with a deluge if they want to. Right? They can't attack with Hullbreaker. And now they're in a bit of a predicament because whatever they bounce, we can replay to trigger our hauntings, including our hauntings. So they're going to need another meat hook. And they have plenty of mana, so that's one way to get there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the other meat hook. They get to bounce something. They're going to bounce our curse. Fair enough. Yeah, solid. Well done, opponent. Well done. I mean, we knew that was one of the things, right? But all we need is, like, another land. Or, correction, another enchantment. This is kind of back on the board, right? I said no. I said no. So this is going to be a little bad. Like, we need them to really not have the meat hook there. Keep this in hand so they don't get to free roll us. They just keep getting the bounce that. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. And, like, I mean, the thing is they could bounce, swing, and then even we play it. But then, once again, that's going to give us 2 dudes. And that puts them in a position, again, where they have to top deck a removal spell or a meat hook massacre. I think we had a good chance of winning the game there. If they literally didn't top deck, excuse me, the massacre. Alright, let's play Katilda first. Fortunately, that does eat up all of our white. Fair enough, opponent. Fair enough. Yeah, them having all that mana is pretty useful. So get the bounce. Yep. They have enough to fire up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can hit us for 14 here. Doesn't kill us, thankfully. But we are in a tough spot after that. Nicely done. Nicely done. Alright. Candle trap. Do we have enough mana? No, because they're 2s. Wait. Man, we won't have enough, unfortunately, to do all 3. If we could have managed the way, finagled the way to exile him this turn, that would have been pretty huge. Can we? No, I don't think so. These are 3. Yeah, that would be, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, how does it read again? It has Coven. Exactly 3. So if we play her, there's no difference. Though double blocking here. Yeah, I might as well just play this, unfortunately. Man, just shy of having enough mana. Gosh, that would have been so good. That would have been so good to exile that horror. Then I think we'd be in a really good position. This horror is what's really keeping the Hullbreaker is keeping the opponent in the game. 2 of them, fair. So bounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Double bounce. Let's see. Nice. Alright, fair enough. Okay, do they have another spell? They do not. And we got the borrowed time. Oh my goodness. So hold on. Gosh. All right, so borrowed time is 1, 2, 3. Right? We need to borrow time this one. Man, I don't know if we have enough for both, which is unfortunate. So borrowed time, let's go 1, 2, 3. Borrowed time. Trigger, trigger. Get rid of that one. That resolves. If we play a spirit, these guys will go up to 3, but that's still an odd number. Gosh darn it. Alright, play Katilda. Play infantry. Our opponent can deluge. Man. So they got to dig for... Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. Gosh darn it. So did I play that incorrectly? Yeah, man. I didn't think about that. So let's see. If we had played these two, that still would have only given... I think there was no way around it. I think they did a really good job of navigating this, unfortunately. So they have access to 4 mana, and I think they could just double duress us. Yeah, they got it. Man. So close. Yeah, they could just hit us with the board wipe. Duress, bounce, duress, bounce. So close. So close. Yeah, them taking those 2 early duresses really put them ahead, unfortunately. All right, well, finish having their fun. What a game. Oh, if I was a slightly better player, I think we could have won that game. They were just 1 step ahead of us, I think. Just 1. Good game, opponent. Good game. They played a phenomenal game. So we're going first, and we have a 2-drop, and that's about it. I don't like this one. We're going to mulligan. All right, this is significantly better. Significantly better. We're going to keep this. And, man. I really don't want to do swarming, but I guess it's the adult thing to do. I really don't want to, but I do think it's the adult play. Because, you know, we can play all these cards, right? So, probably run out Katilda first, then Judge. Man, our Katilda surviving might actually be... Ooh, okay. Well... Now I think I'm actually going to play Judge. And maybe it should be the other way around, because Judge is going to be able to block a lot more things. So this, like... You know what I mean? I think we'd rather them Katilda eat the removal spell and Judge stick around. Because then slapping Katilda on Judge is pretty sweet. Okay. Yeah, Katilda wasn't going to attack anyone. Oh, okay. Alright. Whenever or another token creature dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, view 5. Okay. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player. Okay. Yeah, I think we're safe here. Another Katilda. I don't think we need to... I think we need to exile the Purveyor. I feel like there's a Purveyor in their deck. Or a Predator, so we're going to keep that. They want to kill Katilda, that's fine. We're 1 mana away from playing her on Judge. And we can play another Katilda. So... It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this plays out. Like, I feel like I would like our deck to be a scotch more proactive. But, I mean, like, I thought about putting the bear, right? The 4/4, I guess, but we would have to run snow. And that's not great. There's the Predator. All right, cool. Excellent. Perfect, perfect. I am more than happy with that. And Candle Trap's not going to be as good in against this opponent. Question is, do we fire off the borrowed time now because Candle Trap is so bad against them, right? Like, that is the question. Problem is, if we play Candle Trap, right, they could just sack it. So I think having a cheap... I think we do just play borrowed time here. They don't have a sack outlet, so it's a clean answer. They can't recur it. I don't believe Black-Red has a way of dealing with our enchantment. And I believe she cannot block, so we're going to go in for 3, hit our opponent, and hold on the Candle Trap. Candle Trap's pretty much going to be here to trigger either Hallowed Haunting or the other Predator, or, once again, Purveyor, right? Remember, it becomes tapped, sacrifice another creature. Okay, cool. So it can't sacrifice itself. I'm trying to think of what recursion this deck has. I feel like they do. I could be wrong, but I feel like I've seen this deck play recursion before. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. So we're probably going to go ahead and Meathook Master for 2 here. Because that guy can kill one of our dudes, and we really don't want that. In fact, he can attack now. So play our land. Meathook for 2. That should give us a couple of triggers. Neither of our guys die, and our opponent scoops it up. 3 mana. We have a 2, a 3, and one of our payoffs. So yeah, we're gonna keep this one. I mean, we also still need double white for Judge, which is a little awkward, especially if it looks like this is gonna be mono white. I think having our black is going to be a little more important than our green. Let's go here. That we can wait a little bit longer on pathway should we top deck one of our white sources. But we're definitely going to play Judge here. Nice. Nice, opponent. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. Alright, we're gonna take... Yeah, I guess we're gonna take 4 here. Heyo. And now we can play this for... Well, shoot, actually, that doesn't really solve our problem, unfortunately. So let's wait another turn. We'll go here. Borrowed time. Get rid of that. And then attack for 2. So we have Candle Trap to stop something else, right? The problem is we didn't want to Candle Trap that. Okay. We have a follow-up play. Double Strike. That was amazing. Wow. Talk about a draw. Man, we can kind of get this cooking, right? We also have 2 swarms, so I think I'm just going to play this for green and eat up the Judge here. Let's go ahead and attack. Let's go fire this off for 1. And then we will attack for 1. And we have to be cognizant now that they have a way of giving something double damage. So definitely have to be cognizant of that. But we do have Candle Trap. Like, I wonder if the removal suite can be tweaked as Scotch, right? Okay. Ah, nicely done, opponent. Nicely done. I like that. I like that. Boom. All right. Let's get the snake train or skeleton train a-rolling. All right. Modified white. I like it, though. I like it that it's not your stereotypical mono white, right? I like what they got going on here. It may actually be a bit of a mirror match. Wow, mega punished, huh? All right, let's get in there. They have to attack. Play a land. Play our other swarming. And end the turn. Boom, boom. They're gonna have to do something quick, fast, in a hurry, or this is gonna end real quick. I mean, this is lethal on the board. Or another Spirant. Okay. It can give it double damage. Candle Trap only gives it Defender. Okay, so they're not dead. Oh, we can't play that. Lol. Alright. Let's see here. Let's just get in there. They block because they have to. Boom. Boom. Now we get a bunch of scorpions. We play a defender. And then let's... Why can't I candle trap? Oh, there we go. Wait, what? Is this not giving me white? Oh, that's the derp. My bad. And the turn. Trigger. I don't think we could die here. 4, right? It gets one counter from itself, another one from this one. Okay. So I would have played Candle Trap. For some reason I was thinking, okay. Super cool opponent. Whew. That was close. That was close. But Skeletal Swarming is going to do it. We're going to draw. So we attack with everything, right? And then we can Skeletal or Mihawk Massacre what's left. Think we're good? Oof. It was close. That was close. Could have ended up being very ugly. Oh, man. Ouch. Missing green. Our opponent's going first, but we have Borrowed Time and Katilda and Hallowed Haunting. So I think we're going to keep this and hope our opponent doesn't come out the gate swinging. Gosh darn it. Welp, at least we have double black for Mihawk Massacre. Okay, they just made a 1/1 here. It could have been worse. Could have been so much worse. Alright, Mihawk Massacre. Please and thank you. That would be swell. We take 3 here. Oh wow, alright. So that leads me to believe that they have a exile effect. So because of that, we're gonna wait on our Katilda. So Conclave Apparition. Get back their Usher. Then we Hallowed Haunting next turn. Okay. Yeah, so their hand is all removal. Fair. Fair enough, opponent. So, how do we want to do this? We fire up the Haven. Yep. We might still lose this. Our hand was just a scotch slow. Infantry doesn't do anything. If we could have gone like Borrowed Time plus Infantry, I would have felt a lot better. Like 4 cards in hand against mono white. Yeah, this is pretty bad. So they're gonna play their Cathar now, or their Conclave. I feel like it's Cathar, and then they won't have enough, thankfully, to get in for 6, so we're not dead. Thankfully. What are we doing next turn? I think next turn has to be like Katilda plus Infantry. Oh. Okay, that's not the worst. Is chump blocking better than getting something off the board? I think it has to be. If not, we fall to 1. That can't be right. There's the land, but we kind of needed you last turn. I think we have to play Katilda now. Because we're gonna have to gain some life. So maybe they didn't have an exile effect, right? We really need them to not have one this turn. Darn it. The one time I didn't have a 2-drop, man. And they get to fire up the Haven. Yeah. Game. Gosh, darn it. I think we could have won that one. I do. Where were you last game? Go first. Go first with 3 land. Man, I'm running 25 lands too. I don't understand. I think if we had seen like one of our circle confinements, or obviously our meat hook, I think we would definitely. I'm gonna keep it because we have removal. So hopefully that buys us into our hauntings, right? Double haunting is really tough to pass up. Control deck. All right. Well, wait a minute. It's snow. So snow blue. Interesting. Man, I wish they would have foretold last turn. That would have been sweet. You know what I mean? Get one of these hauntings underneath the radar. All right. Well, let's find out what this is. Let's see. We need double green. We have double white. All right. Is it divide by 0, or is it straight up counterspell, or is it disruption? Divide by 0. Cool. Okay, so they're gonna play environmental sciences, and this is counterspell. Trying to think of how we can navigate around this. I don't think we can. Hopefully we draw a land. At least we don't give them the Gerari disruption, right? I mean, I guess that could be an epiphany as well. So... Alright, sweet. Let's find out. Is it counterspell or epiphany? Fair enough. Fair enough, opponent. It's unfortunate, but I mean, we're really not doing much else. Does this one resolve? Fair enough. Alright, well, time to go to plan B. So hopefully we draw our swarmings. Okay. Let's see. So hopefully we get a land off the top. We got to keep this for their hull breakers. Which... Okay. Come on, land. Yes. Alright, green. Does it really matter? So I guess it's just black. Board white for 4. Like, that's the thing, right? And tell me if you think I played that wrong. But the issue is that we had nothing else to do that was proactive, right? And obviously green, blue, they want to just ramp. So if we just pass the turn, they get to continue to ramp and leave up their counter magic, right? Versus here, we're in a position where they may whiff, right? How do we check for a fast spell here? Can we just go for another board wipe? Let's see what this does. Get rid of her. Okay. Okay. We're chilling. If they attack with the Faceless Haven, I think I'm gonna go ahead and block. Because we're 1 mana away from playing Sinner's Judgment. And we could take 3 for a little bit. Draw. Fair enough. Fair enough, opponent. Interesting deck they got going on. So if they draw, eight's a good chunk. Eight's a good chunk. It's a lot more than 3. A lot more than 3. Didn't get the Sinner's Judgment. So I guess we just play Borrowed Time, get this guy off the board, and play this. And then we'll hold our other Borrowed Time for Hullbreaker. Man, one of those Hallowed Hauntings landing would have been pretty huge. Sweet, thank you. And they could still block if we attack. So yeah, just go here. Do they have the counter spell? Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, holy cow, opponent. No attacks, sending it back. So 4, 7, Spirit, okay. Hey. So I feel like this will resolve. So how big can this get? So 1, 2, 3, right? All right, so they need 2, 5, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it becomes a 6/6. Can we take a hit? Oh, we can't actually. Oh, that's awkward. That is so awkward. All right, fair opponent. You got. I almost attacked. Not gonna lie. But we're gonna need it to block. Yep. Oh, you know what? Can they give it? Oh, they can do it again, isn't it? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we got a block, buddy. So then they activate it, give it a bunch of counters. All right, smooth. Smooth. So, yeah, but you know what? That's not that bad. Because now we can exile it. Can we... Why are they eyeballing your infantry? Don't eyeball... Oh, nice. So, that was a pretty good top deck. Better lucky than good, my friends. Borrowed Time with 3 mana open to play around any kind of counter magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have to worry about Hullbreaker. Can we get rid of that? Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Okay. I like their deck. Play other Katilda. And then next turn we can Katilda. Our opponent scoops it up. Alright, we're on the play. We have almost all our colors. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are keeping this bad boy. Probably one of our best opening hands. Let's see if we can go Circle Confinement to Katilda. So at least she's a 2/2. And then we can keep Candle Trap to trigger Hallowed Haunting later. I mean, of course, that's, you know, perfect world scenario. Night Twitch, okay. So I think we keep Circle of Confinement for something like, Witch, says more Witch, right? Maybe Skullport Merchant. Those are, I think, the two. Oh, Candle Trap. Candle Trap hype. Deadly Dispute. Fair enough. That bodes well for us. So we're gonna Katilda here. I mean, we beat this deck before. Let's see if we can do it again. It'd be really sweet if we can. Would have liked to seen you last turn, infantry. Last turn. Oh well. So they can pull out Predator. Kalane. And they still can't play Predator here. Are they gonna sack a treasure? Okay, Eye Twitch. Fair. Yeah, we'll put a counter on it. So, do we go infantry plus confinement here? We miss out on generating a Hallowed Haunting token. Another Katilda. I think we just want to capitalize on the value here. No attacks, sending it back. They're going to get to Predator here. It's going to be a 4/4. But we get to... This is an awkward window for confinement, right? But it's not the worst, right? You can sack another creature at any point in time. So this is gonna be a little clunky. Dragon. Okay, okay. No blocks. Interesting. I was not expecting that. I was definitely not expecting that. So kudos to our opponent. Another circle. It's not quite what we wanted to see. We can't play two Katildas. I guess we can double circle, right? And then that makes it a 4. We get some more life back. We make 2. Alright. I think I like that than playing a captain. Eat that. Another circle. Eat that. And then now I want to put them on the back foot, so I'm going to get him for 6. That negates their attack. And then once again, we have Candle Trap. Candle Trap is going to stop the Predator. If they want to eat the Goldspan Dragon, we're plenty happy with that. We have backup for Katilda. Yep, we will take the 5. I mean, this could go pretty south pretty quickly. They are generating quite a bit of mana, but I think we win this race, right? If they play Emberstorm, we Candle Trap. That makes these guys 4/4s and her, no, wait. Yeah, because they're spirit-based. So they'd be 4/4s and she'd be... Ouch. Okay. Ouch. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, opponent. Man, that was actually really good. And now sacking to him is awkward, right? Oh, good job, opponent. So we have to play our other Katilda. Man, our opponent's sandbagging that Emberstorm Predator has been absolutely phenomenal. Holy cow. I wonder if I should have sandbagged the dragon. I'm not sure. Okay, we're back in this. We're back in this. Predator, yep. I think we needed to play it that way though, right? Because if not, she would have just been a 4/4 and wouldn't have traded with either of them. So... yeah, like, our opponent did a good job there. Kudos to them for sure. Alright, that actually helps a lot. Like, a lot. Because now we can go... do we just play 2 spirits and make her bigger? Or do we Katilda here on this one? Katilda on Katilda is pretty amazing, but we need blockers. They could stop us from gaining life. One, two, three, four, 5. Prevent all common damage would be dealt. That would be dealt by enchanted creature. Okay, so we still Alright, let's get in there, see what happens. Next turn we make 2 dudes, then these guys are going to be bigger. Yep, that's fine. They sack it to Predator, but we could still block. So the issue here is they're going to go grab their Exile, right? Introduction to Annihilation, which is an issue. Okay. And we weren't in a position to exile that. So the problem is, though, right, is that it's only going to exile 1. So the question is, let's see. So she's going to be a 6/6. She could still block. Right? And it's exile creature. Yeah, okay. So we still have options. We're only losing 1 Katilda here. So they're going to go for the enchantment, which I think is probably... Okay, cool. Okay. This is such an interesting game. Yeah, that Hammerstone Predator was unfortunate. It was very unfortunate that we had the Orcus. All right, Shambling Ghast. Okay, so they get to block again. So this is interesting. This is really interesting because of the Indestructible still takes damage, right? I think it does. We attack, they double block, sack that, so we can't attack just yet. So I think we have to hold here, unfortunately. So we're kind of in a top deck stalemate now. Yeah, I guess killing the bigger one was definitely better. And it was an onboard thing, so maybe we should have waited. I'm not 100% sure. And just played the Drogstalls, because they were going to sack that anyways. Another Ember Storm, okay. Another, okay, fair. So, man, this is going to be interesting. How does it work again? So luckily, fair. We could still block, right? So we gain life. Oh, they sack both of these. Oh, man. Oh, no, but he only... Okay. It's fine. Wait, I think I messed up. Yeah, I think I messed up. Yep. I should have taken a second before blocking. I messed up. I just was assuming that because I had Indestructible, that's why they were okay attacking. But they can exile my Katilda enchantment in response, right? Oh, that's actually not that bad. Maybe I didn't mess up. Oh, that's right! I forget it's a vampire! Oh my god, I keep forgetting that dragon's a vampire. I'm an imbecile. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting that it's a vampire dragon. Alright, let's get in there. This is lethal, right? Yeah, this is lethal. I mean, I guess they could block one of these. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I always forget it's a vampire. Always. Do you guys forget? Let me know in the comments below. I always just assume it's a dragon, but I forget it's a vampire dragon every time. Yeah, I think we got this now. Oh my gosh. I could 100%. It's happened to me before when I've played Katilda. In that exact scenario, and I just haven't learned. Oh my god, Jedi. Yep. So we take 10 here? 11? Oh, and they're tapped out. Fair enough. Wow. What a game. What a game. That was such a good game. Well done. Well done. Thanks, opponent. That was good. That was fun. Well, happy friends, that is the deck. And I gotta say, it performed fairly well. Hallowed Haunting is such an interesting card because you really, man, you really are taking turn 4 off. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but I think the value is there. And we got to have some fun with Skeletal Swarming, which is always great. I think you can squeeze in maybe like a Hive or maybe a Hydra, a Den of the Hydra, right? I think you can sneak something like that in there. Maybe even the dragon. Maybe that's what I should have done, honestly. The Cave of the Snow Dragon. I could see these candle traps being swapped out for Absentee or whatever. You know, I'm talking about the fast spell, the Exile one. I just wanted to make sure I had a critical mass of cheap interaction for Haunting, but I do feel like having that instant speed interaction versus everything being at sorcery speed, you know, could have been a thing. Infantry was kind of medium. I think it did come into play some games on and off camera, right? Just getting a beater on the board early, and then obviously the soldier aspect of it, or the spirit aspect of it, being able to pump the rest of the spirits was very strong. I do think this deck suffers from not being able to get on the board early enough than like a conventional spirits build, but that's why I wanted to kind of focus on lowering our curve a little bit, like you saw. The mana base could be tweaked a little bit. Obviously, I don't have all the dual lands, but like I said, Katilda did great. I liked Faithbound Judge. It bought us a lot of time. Yes, there were a couple times where we didn't attack where we could have, but I think that's worth the effort of giving us an alternative win con. Swarming, you guys already saw it. And then Sunrise, we didn't see a lot of it, but it did do some work. I still think it's an inclusion. I think it's fine at 2. Plus the double green can sometimes be a little difficult. But overall, yeah, I think this deck is... It could potentially suffer against the control deck. So I haven't seen too many of those now. I've seen a lot of mono black, and we can kind of race those for the most part, right? Because we have borrowed times, so they can't blood in the snow their planeswalkers back, and then like Katilda outmatches everything that they got. Hallowed Haunting is a ton of value as well as skeletons. They have no way of dealing with enchantments, so I don't know. I think this deck's an even 3. I think you'll enjoy it if you play it. And you can make some tweaks on it for sure. Hallowed Haunting is a lot of fun to play with, but it is slightly clunky. But that will do it. You guys liked the deck last time, so I wanted to do a new rendition of it. I hope you enjoyed it. But until next time, as always, happy gaming, friends, and Happy New Year.